Morning, Sunday, December 22nd, 2024. I'm Larissa. My video diary. The time has come to drink from skulls. Yeah. Ugh. I miss having short hair, but I'm not going to go get it cut. I learned my lesson, right? I used to have real cute short haircuts, real feminine short haircuts, and then all anybody wanted to do was to butch me up and make me look like a dude, so I don't trust anybody to cut my hair anymore. That's why my hair's long, so I don't chunk it up and make me look like, I don't even know what. Yeah. Plus it covers the hump on my back, right? So yesterday I did some writing, working on some articles for the magazine for March. Yeah. I got 2 2/3 articles written. And oh my God. Yeah. 2 2/3 articles written so far. Yeah. The big one I was working on yesterday. Well, none of them are small, but the big one I was working on yesterday um, was my the call in the for the column fabrication method and technique. Yeah, I enjoy writing that column, talking about different things. I enjoy doing the series on composition theory. I could go on with that one. I could, revisit. There's more than just 3 concepts in composition theory, but I think three's enough. Three's enough for a nice solid little series. But I've been thinking about a new series talking about other artists. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So this article I'm working on, it's about a specific technique, but it's also a vehicle for some other information, like all journalism is. Like you have the facts of what the story is, right? Of whatever it is you're reporting on. There's the facts, and then there's the implication of the facts within the context. So that's kind of like how it goes, and that's what makes something interesting to read, right? You have to set the context. Yeah. And I think I need to talk about some other stuff. I need to talk about some more history. So I might be reworking it a little bit. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. Something I'm not sure about, and I have to do a little bit of research, is like when were draw plates invented? I'll have to look that up. When were the first draw plates invented? Yeah. Because I'm sure like the first bits of wire were not long. right? Like the first bits of wire would have been short and forged from ingot, because like you can do that, right? You can forge it. Like I have these earrings that I made. It was the first pair of earrings that I made in school. And they're based on traditional Mongolian chandelier style earrings. And they're big and they're heavy. But the ear hooks, I forged those tapers. And so that would have been like, early way of doing wire, from cast ingot. And you can cast an ingot into, you can make a long thin ingot as opposed to a short fat ingot. Um, but if you have, because you can cast an ingot into pitch, so you don't need to have a steel mold, right? Like the steel mold is what the modern technology is for ingots, for casting ingots, right? And then you can use that mold multiple times, the steel mold, whether you're talking about silver or gold or aluminum or whatever, and cast it into a steel ingot. But steel doesn't come until after bronze, and so there was still lots of metalwork, of course, going on with bronze and tin and all that jazz, and smelting an open furnace as opposed to a refinery with giant steel vats and tools and things, like, so, casting into a pitch mold, that's you'd eventually have to um replace your pitch, right? Because the pitch will eventually burn out, but um unlike a steel mold, right? You cast a long skinny ingot into pitch. What is pitch? Pitch is rendered tree resin. Yes, that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. So I have to do a little bit of research, find out when draw plates were invented. What's a draw plate? A draw plate, a plate, it's a plate of steel. It's a long plate of steel that has graduated sized holes in it. And you taper the end of your wire, of your material. You stick it through the hole when the wire's annealed, and then you pull it through, and it stretches. It stretches the metal longer and thinner, longer and thinner, longer and thinner. So I broke my tailbone in college, was drawing down wire. I had some, it was like 10 or 12 gauge wire, because I used to do that. I bought wire that was I generally didn't buy anything thinner than 18 gauge, because 18 gauge was relatively easy to draw down, right? Um, but I would buy wire that was like 10 and 12 gauge and draw it down from there as well. And I was out of 18 gauge wire, and I was making jump rings. So fucking frustrating, yeah. And I didn't anneal. I had already annealed it like 4 times, drawing it down, right? Because drawing wire through a draw plate, that's what it means. You pull it, you draw it through. That's why it's called draw plate. Draw the wire down, 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 down. It was too hard. And I was having trouble, and the wire was long, and the longer the piece of wire gets from drawing it, because I was drawing down from like a 10 gauge to like 18 gauge, and that's a huge change, right? So, and the piece that I was drawing was a couple feet long, right? It was the to begin with, it was like a couple feet of 10 gauge wire. I was drawing it down, so when I got it down to 18 gauge finally, even after one pass through the draw plate, once you get to the end, it's like it's hard, right? And I was having trouble pulling it through, because it had like a ball on the end of the wire, right? Because all of the metal has been pulled through, and it was on the other side, right? Finally, finally, I yanked it through, popped it through, and I fell, broke my ass. That was terrible. That was terrible because I still had to drive to school and to work and everything. That was awful. That was awful. So, like, the second time I broke my tailbone, well, I didn't. The second time, my tailbone was broken by fucking Craig Ennis, the asshole yoga teacher. Ooh, it was, like, extra painful because I think it broke, like, around the same place, and so it was, like it was just really painful. It was extra painful the second time, and I was older, you know? I mean, when I broke it in college, I was what, 18, 19, something like that. 19. Pretty young. I was 17 when I started college. I was. I was 17. I didn't turn 18. I didn't turn 18 till January. Yeah. Turned 18 in January. I was 17 when I started college. Yeah. It's so young. I think about that. I was so fucking young. Oh my God. The amount of work I did. Draw plates. Yeah. Wish I had one to have it to take a picture of. I don't. I don't. That's okay. That's okay. I still have to look it up. Look it up. Yeah. Now today I will bake bread, and I'm gonna pickle some beets, and I'm gonna pickle some cauliflower to have with pizza on Christmas. So it takes a few days. It takes a few days to pickle, and I don't want the cauliflower to be like super, super, super. Like usually pickling, I guess these are gonna be more like brined, but they'll sit for a while. Beets pickle pretty quickly, a couple days. Yeah. Well, I'll boil the brine. I'll pour hot brine over the vegetables, but I will, have to do them separately and then let them sit for a couple days until Christmas. And then pickled cauliflower. I don't know. Maybe pickle the cauliflower and then maybe I'll deep fry it. Maybe I'll batter it and deep fry it and have pickled cauliflower wings. Pickled cauliflower wings and pizza. And I'm going to do an arugula salad with pickled beets and what else? There's something else that's going to go. Pickled beets and cucumber and no, yeah, pickled beets and cucumber. It's going to go in the salad and red onion and arugula with some toasted pumpkin seeds, some toasted pepitas. Yeah, I also need to make pesto today. So I'm not going to make a pesto pizza, but I'm going to use pesto to garnish at least one of the pizzas. Yeah. So these are the things I have to do today. And I still need to go get him TREATS. And I also wanted to pick up some beer to go with the pizza. I didn't do that. So I'm going to get Pliny the Elder. I like that. I like Pliny and I like Trumer. Those are my two favorite beers right now. I'm not big into beer. Like beer's a lot of calories and I'm not like crazy about it. But those are two beers that I really like. I like PBR too. Like if I'm PBR is a good, oh, not, like it's like an iced tea or water of beers. I'm gonna say water of beers because it does have flavor, but iced tea, it's kind of like the iced tea of beers, Peebers. Um, but I do like Trumer. I do like Trumer and I do like Pliny the Elder. And Omar likes Pliny and he likes Trumer too, but I want to get Pliny to go with the pizzas. And so I got salami, pepperoni and salami to put on his pizzas, on his pizza, and um, or on the meat pizza that he will eat, and then do a mushroom and garlic pizza for me. And he'll have some too. And then I'm gonna do like a cheese pizza garnished with pesto, just a plain cheese pizza garnished with some pesto. So it'll be like 3 pizzas. Yeah. Oh, I got some Kalamata olives down there too. Those will be good in the salad, but I can also put those on the pizza. Yeah. See, the thing with pizza, especially when you're making it at home, you don't want to put too many toppings on. You can ruin a pizza by putting too many toppings on. You just want to have a couple toppings. You want to have a couple toppings that are enhanced, you know, or showcased on the pizza. You start putting like too much shit on there, it's just like, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll have to make the sauce too, make pizza sauce. And then I'll do that on Christmas Eve. What I'm gonna do for Christmas Eve dinner, I don't even know. Who the fuck knows? Cheese sandwiches. No, I won't do cheese sandwiches because we have pizza the next day. Oh. But I will make the sauce on Christmas Eve. I'll make the sauce and I'll make the dough then Christmas Eve night so it can proof overnight in the refrigerator and be ready for the next day. That's what I'll do. I'll pickle some eggs too. And then we have pickled eggs for breakfast. Yeah, I'll pickle some eggs too. Yeah, so I'll do that today too. Pickled cauliflower, pickled beets, and pickled eggs. I'll put the eggs in with the beets. Yeah. Yeah. New Year. My Aunt Norma sent me a Christmas card, hoping that I have a wonderful New Year, everything good in 2025. I don't, I don't have any hope for 2025. Like, I have no expectation of 2025 being any better for me than any other year has ever been. As a matter of fact, like, it'll probably be worse, you know? And, I sent her card back saying that, I don't expect it to be any good. And she sent me an email and she's like, oh, life's ups and downs, blah, blah, blah. And my Aunt Norma is a sweet person. She is. She's a real sweet person and she's always like really positive, right? She's always like really positive. And she's one of the few people in my life who has been a constant, right? Like, she's not my biological aunt. She's my dad's best friend's wife. And he's my godfather. My Uncle Mike, he's my godfather. My Aunt Norma's always been very nice to me. And like I said, she's a very nice person. She is. She's a real nice person. She's a real good person. I wrote her a letter back and I told her why I just don't feel. I just can't anymore. I just can't, like, get my hopes up for anything good anymore. It's just, accepting that I'm grateful that I have a clean, dry bed to sleep in. Right? And food to eat. There's like nothing else anything else beyond that is just, frivolity. So, she's like, oh, your business everything best for your business and everything. So my business is a fucking joke, right? Like, it is just something to keep me busy until I die, right? And I'm never allowed to profit from anything I do. Everybody just steals what I do. So it's, something I can tolerate doing, right? But it doesn't really benefit me in any way. Yeah. Not yesterday, but the night before, not last night, but the night before, Steve Holt passed away, our rooster. And, we knew it was coming. And he's been kind of sickly for a long time. And, Fluffernutter got eaten by a hawk, or got killed by a hawk. A hawk just ate his head. And I was bummed when Fluffernutter died, but I also was happy for the other chickens, in particular for Steve Holt. And Steve Holt was always a very gentle, sweet being. He was never a big, super aggressive rooster like Fluffernutter was. But I think Fluffernutter attacked him at one point. That's what I think happened, because Baby Cakes, and I also think this is why Baby Cakes got attacked the way she did. Because the attack that happened on Baby Cakes when the first time happened around the same time, I think Steve Holt like defended her, and he got pecked. He got attacked by Fluff, and ever since then he's been kind of rickety. He was rickety. Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Smoking a pancake?
Smoking a pancake. Smoking a pancake? We're just talking about Steve Holt. Hey, Brody. You gonna come up here? How are you? Oh my God. Hey, how are you? Hey. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So he was rickety after that, and that was when Baby Cakes when Fluffernutter bit off the top of Baby Cake's head. I thought she was dead, and then when I found her, she was like laying in the laying box, and she an eye looking up, and her head was all like bloody, and I was like, oh my God, we brought her in the house and nursed her back to health and got that wound all cleaned up, and then after that her personality changed. That's when Baby Cakes became really mean, really 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 mean. Baby Cakes became a mean bird after that. But Steve Holt, he was just always rickety after that, and I think that was where the seed of his injury came from.
After what?
When Baby Cakes got her head bitten off on the top, I think he defended her. I think there had been.
He wasn't living in the same.
No, but they were having yard time together still at that time. This was before I was injured, and I was the one that was going out and taking care of this when they were in the side yard. And this is when his health changed. Because Baby Cakes was interested in Steve Holt. And that pissed off Fluffernutter. Chickens. Where are you going? Why don't you come back? Come back with that. Yeah, so, yeah. Steve Holt passed away. He was laying in nice, clean fluff. And we had him in the house, so he was warm. And Omar buried him yesterday. Yeah. Anyway, time to drink coffee and then get up and make breakfast and do the laundry and clean her up around the house and all that shit.